Welcome to another edition of the DAMY Vlog. My name is Dr. David Duizer. Thank you so much for tuning in. On this show, we talk about all things holistic health and wellness related. If you're interested in integrative and functional medicine, please subscribe for more videos like this one. Today on the show, we're talking about prevention of chronic disease again. In my practice, I'm a naturopathic doctor focused on the holistic approach to chronic disease. Now, in this type of practice, I find myself speaking a lot about prevention, specifically of cardiovascular disease and cancer. Cardiovascular disease seems to be pretty clear-cut. We know what contributes to it. Cancer is a bit of an oddball. There are so many different types of cancers, and there are many different risk factors for each of the different types. There are some risk factors that are in common amongst many of the types. And in a future video, we can talk about all of those things. But today, really, I want to speak to a recent study that was just published in the British Medical Journal. It was July the 10th, actually, 2019, so just recently, speaking about sugary drink consumption and cancer risk. So when we talk about preventing cancer, we're speaking so much about diet therapy. What is the optimal diet for cancer prevention? And there's not really a solid consensus on this. Some people think we should be vegan or vegetarian. Some people think we should be completely low carb. Some people think it should be a mix of both. And, you know, a lot of the details are still up in the air. The one thing this study has really hashed out was that sugary drinks increase the risk of cancer. I'm talking about all different types of cancer, and specifically breast cancer. Absolutely. So in terms of total cancer, risk went up in the groups that drank the most sugar, and breast cancer individually went up for premenopausal women. Absolutely. So it's really important. We've had studies like this before. Like there's a Swedish study that showed that sugary drinks led to increase the risk of breast cancer. But this one was a major study. Over 100,000 people filled out the questionnaire and were tracked. It was standardized to both body mass index, so weight. It was standardized to smoking status. It was standardized to sugar from food. It was standardized to many different things that you think, okay, it's an epidemiological study. They're just looking at a population and they're just seeing who got cancer and how much sugar they drank. That's true. However, it was standardized to all these different things. So it's extremely important. The more sugar that was consumed via beverage, the higher the risk of cancer overall. And they split the group up into two. They looked at total sugar consumption from liquids, except for 100% fruit juice. And then they looked at just from 100% fruit juice. And guess what? From 100% fruit juice, the total risk of cancer went up too. So in liquid form, sugar is sugar. In smoothie form, when there's fiber, it's a little bit different. But in 100% juice, sugar is sugar. So I thought that was really, really nice to see kind of on paper, like, okay, there's an increased risk, and it goes up and up and up with the more you consume. And the first line where it starts to go up that they have set is that I believe it was at the 10 grams liquid sugar per day, which is like only a small amount of liquid sugar. Liquid sugar, bad for you. So I thought that was really interesting to see, and I wanted to make sure I presented that, because when we're talking about preventing cancer, we have to be thinking about so many different things. We have to keep our weight down. We have to eat fruits and vegetables. We have to exercise. We have to look at family history, and we have to look at genetics and what is the risk and how can we alter the lifestyle to therefore reduce that risk. Like, is hormone positive breast cancer in the family? Is there some immune cancers in the family? Like, what are we looking at? And then tailor the plan to each person individually. And if you're looking for information on all those different types of cancers, you can just Google it. Someone is out there talking about it and how they're doing these protocols with their patients, and I recommend looking into it if cancer's in your family. We're also looking at environmental exposures. We're looking at all these different things. There's so many risk factors for cancer. But we know now, absolutely, that if we cut out liquid sugar, the risk will not increase from that one activity, because you're not doing that one activity. So it's really, really important. Now, why is this happening? This is where the research is left. Like, what is the cause here? Because they standardize for all these different things. There are two current theories that are presented in this paper, and I'll link to the paper below. You can read it. It's an open source article. Two current theories. One is that sugary drinks are known to cause visceral fat. That's the fat around the organs. That fat is really, really bad for you. That's the fat we really want to avoid. So visceral fat definitely goes up fat around your organs will increase when you drink lots and lots of sugar. And that's terrible for you, it really is. The second theory is that it's hyperinsulinemia. When you consume sugar, your insulin goes up really quick and pulls that down, and those continuous bouts of high insulin. It's a growth signal. It tells cells to grow, and we really don't want cancer cells to grow and divide, and insulin will tell them to do that. So maybe it's the hyperinsulinemia, the high insulin state that you're constantly getting when you consume lots of sugar, that could be causing this. So who knows? Fat around the organs, bad. Major insulin spikes all the time, bad, bad, bad. So I really wanted to cover this today just to really lay it on. Liquid sugar, bad. I'm not talking about smoothies. I'm not talking about eating fruit in general. I'm not talking about healthy carbohydrates. I just think that sugar added to beverages, or beverages that are only liquid and sugar, absolutely bad, and definitely increase the risk of cancer overall, and we should watch out for them. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in prevention of chronic disease, cancer or cardiovascular disease, subscribe to this channel. I'll do more videos like this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day.